Everybody, this is Welcome to Pre Geeks Podcast. I have Luka James here with me. How you doing, Luka?
Great, great. Happy to be in front of a fascinating white wall.
Right? Yeah. It's very bright in your room, wherever you're at.
Yes, it's a miss. I would show you the other side, but I won't.
It's okay. It's all
Yeah.
good. Well, you're here to talk about your latest single, Hazy Dreams. I'm excited to hear about it. I listened to it before our chat here, and I really liked it. I enjoyed the cinematography very much. So I'd love to hear more about it.
Yeah, Hazy Dreams is a song I've been working on for almost 2 years. I lead vocal workshops and like improv gatherings throughout New York City, and I never really worked on my own music. But I just was really passionate about doing loops in my studio, in my like little, what do I say, studio, a little closet in New York. I had like a little loop and keyboard set up, and I would just
Sure.
make these loops for like till like 3 a.m. usually. And over then I had like, maybe 200 loops. And in the pandemic, I was like, I got to do something about these loops. And the first one was Hazy Dreams. And when I was did that loop, I was dealing with a lot of heartbreak, and not just like the
Sure.
typical heartbreak, but just like the like trying to understand the heart emotion. And like it wasn't like typical like, oh dang you for heartbreak. It was just a lot of mixed
Sure.
feelings, a lot of nuanced feelings. So Hazy Dreams is my more about a song about heartbreak, just more like it's about my processing of the emotion of trying to understand the complexities of like departing from someone that it means the world to you, and just like the existence of time and temporality.
Okay, that's awesome. So over the course of 2 years, so it went from loops to a full blown song with a video. So when did you start shooting the video?
The video I started shooting in quarantine. My partner Morgana Van Peebles came out to stay with me in Ithaca, New York, and she had a Super 8 camera, and we just were Super 8ing, filming all these amazing moments we were having, just exploring nature and kind of exploring our own intimacy and love. And we had all this footage that we just shot for the video, but the video was at a different tempo, and like I changed the song up. I professionally recorded it, and we needed to tie it together. So a year later, in her dad's house in LA, we kind of created art directed a little set of like a bed in the middle of the forest and a little dance scene, and the video really came together because the Super 8 was kind of like all of a sudden my memories and like my dream, and it was like the perfect aesthetic
Yeah.
for representing it. And then the digital was kind of like this conscious world, and then like we use kind of like smoke machines and art direction to have the two worlds collide. So it was a very DIY video shot for like less than $600, and that's with all the film processing and everything. And it turned out,
Yeah.
yeah, the reception's been incredible. It
Yeah.
had
I
like,
really
yeah,
enjoyed the cinematography of the video. It was great. I really enjoyed it. To your point, the 8 millimeter really gave it a foggy or a hazy lens, and I think it goes well with the song choice.
thank you,
A lot of fun.
thanks,
Yeah,
Justin.
for sure. So so you have 200 loops just sitting in the back burner? Do you have other songs that you want to kind of crank out then, or?
Yeah, I recorded 4 more songs, so I have 5 overall. It'll be an EP that I'll slowly be releasing throughout the year. Um, I think by the spring they'll all be released, and
Okay.
then in time to start performing and touring the music. I plan to tour on the West Coast a bit, and then on the East Coast, and then hopefully by the summer link up with some people in Europe and to tour the music around there. But I have 3 other videos. I'm actually just editing one right now. That's why I'm in this white box room. Um, so I'm a filmmaker at heart. So it's really so much the music is and the film really inform one another. So I'm excited for people to follow the YouTube and just to like see these musical creations come to life.
That's awesome. I noticed you have a behind the scenes deal for the music video. I haven't had a chance to watch that yet. I plan to, but how fun was that? I guess I wouldn't say it's a blooper reel, but something like that, right? Just something behind the curtain type of deal. Did I see that right?
Yeah, well, I thought for this video it was the process was so fun. Just like
Hmm.
just seeing how the movie magic and seeing, it's a lot of authentic love. Obviously, when it's like a relationship making a film, it's interesting because it's like how much is real, how much is not real. Um, how do you get certain shots on a budget? I talk to a lot of musicians that are very intimidated to like make a music video because of how, some people will tell you, oh, $10,000 at minimum. So I like showing people my process to like help them to figure out how to squeeze the most out of a little.
Sure. No, that's yeah, that's awesome. So what inspired you to get into music? What kind of drew you into it? Have you been singing and doing different stuff your whole life, or?
Yeah, yeah, totally. I come from a musical family.
Okay.
My siblings in a band called the FMs, and my dad sang like Neil Young and you know Paul Simon growing up, and I've been playing piano since I was 5, and it was big growing up for me. I think I got to my teenage years, I didn't think I was allowed to do it professionally, and I started studying more like economics and like law and all that stuff, and it finally just came to a realization in adulthood that I can really, if as long as I'm paying the bills, I can lead my own life. And
Mhm. Mhm.
once that happened, I kind of broke free from that younger brother mentality of, trying to be perfect in a way, my parents' eyes, and just follow my dream. And like I found music again. I started hosting these singing circles. Thousands of people have showed up to them over the years. I've toured them in Europe and California and New York, and just like fell in love with just like improv and like ephemeral songs. Like they're not like recording it, mixing, mastering,
Sure.
just like making a
Sure.
song with a friend and then letting it fly into the ether. And then I got a scholarship with Bobby McFerrin. I studied with him for a while, and yeah, just music became everything. Like everything I hear, it was like music, and
So
yeah.
I'm not super familiar with the singing circle. Can you kind of explain that to me and hopefully listeners?
Yeah, yeah. So the singing circles we do, they're called music collage.
Okay.
And it's like improv a cappella, basically, but we really try to some people are like professional like opera singers, and some people are like I can't even sing the shower types, but it's really just about like creativity and getting out of your head and not thinking like I can sing or like I can dance or it's like so much of I think like a capitalistic or like consumerist pop culture is like you got the voice, kid, and like you got the talent, you don't, and it's like this
Sure.
gatekeeper aspect, and like singing is so innate to like the human experience, like whether it's chanting or harmony, it's like you don't have to be like the lead vocalist on a pop song, but like you can like harmonize or support or create rhythm. So it's really just like getting everyone just to make music together, just using the voice. And then what Bobby McFerrin does is called circle singing, and that's like basically like creating a whole like music orchestra with voice, but like in the moment. And he
Okay.
has a whole record called Circle Songs, which you should check out. And it's just like amazing what you can do on the spot.
That's incredible. Imagine the writing and the creation process after something like that is so much better, right? Because of the creativity you hear from other people and kind of glean from that. Would that be a fair point to make or no?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just so much about getting out of our own way, The
Sure.
creative process is just like get out of your way and to creative plot seriously, it's
Mhm.
I'm sure you have to do it too, just like with your podcast and everything. Just like, you show up and you just do it. You create art, you do the thing, you schedule the interview, and that's what music is, that's what filmmaking is, and the ego can really be it could be a weight on us to like, oh well, I'm not good enough. Like let me practice more before I perform. And I think it's important to cultivate communities that just like push you,
Yeah,
push
that's
you
yeah.
push you to jump, take the leap.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think there's a saying, I might butcher it, but I was like, don't let the great get in the way of the good type
Yeah,
idea.
I
So
love
it's
that.
just yeah. That's awesome. So couple 5 EPs. So what made you choose the song collection? You have 200 beats, right? What made you kind of ruminate around the five that you chose?
Yeah, I think it was really through performance. And if you go to my like Instagram, I like made a little reel showing like the iteration of Hazy
Okay.
Dreams, and a lot of how I wrote it was performing it throughout the pandemic. I'd like busk on the street, or I would perform at restaurants outside, and just kind of like putting it out there in the world and seeing what resonated and not. And I learned a lot through that data process of like seeing how people are like, oh, they want to dance to it. Okay, like we need something with more groove, more rhythm.
Sure.
um, and so the songs I don't know, but also just conceptually the songs are really about introspection and about like the mind chatter and like the relationship we have with our own internal voice, and how that can be really plaguing and just like challenging, and just kind of like my own experience at dealing with that. And I really wanted the songs to not just be about love or to be about, you know, joy or getting money. You
Mm.
know, it's like it's really about like mental health and like I have a lot of challenges, and like even when things are great on the outside, like there's this crazy film going on in my mind. And
Yeah.
that's kind of what a lot of the songs are about.
That's awesome. I think you are a unique position to answer this question. How did you know when you were done with the song? All these iterative like things, getting feedback. How do you know when like okay,
Mm.
that's enough feedback. That's enough, whatever it is, right? Like we're gonna publish this song. How do you know when
Yeah.
you're ready for that?
Oh man, I don't. I all my other songs I'm still tweaking. Like to this point, I like this morning I woke up, had a green tea, and I was like, I was in Logic. I was just pitching down the whole vocals. I was like, what if I pitched it down? And like, you need like with music especially, you need to create deadlines and to also like, I need to tell myself like, I think good advice I've been getting is like, you know, like you'll create another one. You know, like there's
Sure.
another song down the road, and I need to, and I think, yeah, creating deadlines with Hazy Dreams, I just had a deadline, and I think with Spotify and stuff, you need at least like 4 weeks to submit it. So it just hit the deadline, and I was like, this is the best. I mean, yeah, I can make it better, but, or I can just write another song, you know? And so I'm kind of trying to take that approach.
Sure. So where can everyone hear the song then? Obviously I listened to it on YouTube. I did see that it was on Spotify. Any other platforms that it's out there?
Yeah, if you look up Luka James, Luka with a K, Hazy Dreams, you'll find it on Google, either my YouTube, my video, or also on Spotify. Luka James, LukaJames, Hazy Dreams. You'll find the music, and yeah, definitely, you know, check out the Spotify, stream it, add to a playlist if you vibe. Let me know your thoughts. You can message me on Instagram. Um, or you know, check out the YouTube, because I do a lot of like live performance or covers in nature, and I do like you said, like BTS stuff, making of.
Mhm.
um, so yeah, it's a whole world. I'm trying to whole little platform, and I'd love to hear like if there's other people that are inspired making music. I'd love to create
Oh,
community
I'm
around it.
sure. Yeah, there has to be. I guess before we wrap up totally, what got you into the filmmaking part of it? Because you mentioned a few minutes ago that you really enjoyed the filmmaking aspect of it. What kind of drew you to that?
Yeah, I'm a filmmaker at heart.
Yeah.
I worked for 8 years doing like human rights documentary
Okay.
stuff, like with affiliated United Nations organizations, NGOs around the world. Traveled to almost 30 countries doing stuff, and whether it's war torn regions or places in tough situations, and doing some videos and helping to tell stories. And so I come from a narrative filmmaking, mostly documentary background. That was what my work was until the pandemic. I lost like, I think like 15 projects, and
Oh
it was a
wow.
blessing in disguise. But yeah, because the work was like international
Sure.
mostly,
Sure.
and nonprofits are already so strapped for cash, and a lot of people are having existential crisis. So I just was like, all right, like this is my moment to elevate the music and to treat it as a profession.
Yeah.
So, but now I'm kind of merging the two worlds again.
Yeah, and it shows it. Again, I really enjoyed the music video, how it was shot, the whole deal.
It means a
Having a
lot.
sibling in the music business, has that helped you? I have to assume your brother's in the FMs, right? Has that helped you? Or sibling in the FMs? Sorry.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Thank you. Totally, totally. I mean, in so many ways, just like I think being around people that are just doing it and pursuing it full on, it gives you kind of that permission in the arts to be like, oh, okay, like I can do it too. I can do it my way. I also shot a lot of their music videos, so I made their
Oh, okay.
first 2 or 3 music videos. So I've seen what it takes to make music videos from their experience, and they've just been giving me great feedback along the way. Um, they're very practical about the career, so like they keep my head. You know, I've been like, oh, I need Hazy Dreams to like get 1 million streams the first weekend. You know, like, you know, just like take your time. Like, this is your first song. Like, you're not that great. So they keep it real for me.
That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
Um, so where can everyone find you? And is your Instagram just Luka James, your full name,
Yeah,
or
Luka James underscore.
cool?
The other
Anywhere
Luka
else?
James, the Luka James non underscore, they got there first. And then yeah, Luka James on Facebook. Let's see how many things there are. There's Luka James on TikTok. You know, I don't have a MySpace anymore. So if there's a Luka James in MySpace, it's not the real Luka James.
Tom is so disappointed.
Yeah. Sorry, Tom. You didn't make it. You didn't make it, Tom. You didn't make it to the big leagues. We're still rooting for you, though. We like you. We're still your friend.
That's right. Well, it was wonderful having you here, Luka. Please come back on whenever the 5 EPs is done. I'd love to talk to you again about your
5 songs,
or whatever.
1 EP.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Forgive me.
You're hyping up the audience.
I am.
I can't. If you have Justin here hyping me up like that, and then people are gonna think I'm like Superman, and they're gonna be like, "Where's the 5 EPs though?"
A whole discography.
Yeah. I'm not the Beatles here, but or who is it? Like Bob Dylan writing a song every 2 hours. I'm not that.
Yeah. So that's how my expectations for Luka are just so high.
I know they're so high. I gotta talk. Whoever introduced us, we gotta start lower next time. Gotta woo you by the end of the interview.
That's right. Well, it was wonderful having you, Luka. Hopefully you come on again soon. Yeah, it's great.
For sure, I would love that.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Have a good day. Talk to you soon.